everybody, hope you are doing great. In this video we're going to be talking about const and let and what's the differences between the two of them and how we can use them. So let's say we had a message, let's say Sarah text me back, right? So we had this message here. How could we possibly use it in multiple places? So this is where we could assign it to a variable. Let's call it message, like this. So this is how you assign a value. So it could be a string, it could be a number, and we could just assign it to a variable using const or let. I'm going to explain the differences between the two after this example. So in this line we assign this string here to this variable called message using the const, right? We could just console log message. Let's see if that's going to work. See? So this message is now equal to this string over here. We basically just console log that. So this is for const. So now we could basically also use let. We could do the same thing. But what's the difference between const and let in this example? So we're using, let's say, let, and in here I wanted to, let's say, change the value of message. So instead of saying Sarah text me back, let's say Sarah don't call me again, right? Let's console log it. Let's see what's gonna happen. So as you can see, guys, in here we console log this value, but in here, since we changed the value of message by assigning this string to it, this was the output. Sarah don't call me again. So this is for let, but let's say if we change let to const, let's see what's gonna happen. Oops, we have an error. Assignment to constant variable. This is the difference between the two. So with const, we cannot change the initial value of the variable that we have. So in here, const message equals the string. That's its value. We cannot change it further. That's it. But with let, we could always change the value of message whenever we want. So that's the difference between the two. So it depends. Let's say if you had like a variable that doesn't change its value, let's say say country, say. So in here, like I know that this variable wouldn't change, would never change later in my code. So I could just leave it. I could just use const for it. I wouldn't need to use let because I know damn well I wouldn't be changing it further in the future. So I could use const for it. But if you know that a certain variable is going to be changed further, then use let for it. What else could we say about const and let? So const and let are block scoped. What does it mean? So let me give you an example. So if true, right? This is always going to be executed because true is true, right? So it's always going to be executed. So let's say if true, let's take this called message and let me console log it. See what's gonna happen. See, console log it. Now let's console log it outside of the if statement. See, we got an error. Message is not defined. Why is that? As I said earlier, const and let are block scoped, which means they're only available within the block they were declared in. So this message variable, it's going to be only available within this block, only inside of the block, not outside. So we do not have access to this message outside of this block. That's why we got this error saying message is not defined. Also, same thing with let. It would also give us an error. Let's say Sarah text me back. This is coming from here, but from the outside, we are not able to get access to this variable. So that's the difference between const and let, and this is how we can use them. So a quick recap. So we use const for variables that are not going to be changed in the future, and we use let for variables that we might want to change in the future. So that's the difference between the two. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you in the next one.